The world that we live in today comes with so many challenges on a daily, and one of those is depression. But did you know that you actually have the power to overcome it? Welcome to Intentional Living with Sarah, where I talk about life and share tips on how to do life better. And in case you're new here and you have not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell notification, and drop me a comment. Now, you need to know that depression is real. It is something that is happening in our societies. It's something that is happening in our communities. It could have happened to you, or could have happened to your workmate, or it is actually happening to a friend or a sibling. It is a feeling that causes you to be isolated. It causes you to feel hopeless. It causes you to feel like there's nothing more in life. There's nothing to look forward to. There's nothing great, nothing good that is going on in life. And this is not a path that you would like to stay on for a very long time. Now today, I'm excited to be sharing on different things that we can do to actually get ourselves out of depression. The last time I talked about depression, I shared about different signs or signals that show that you are actually getting depressed, or a person around you is getting depressed or going through depression. In case you have not watched that video, I will be leaving the link in the description for you to watch it. I know that it's very informative and it will help you build on what we are going to share today. Now, when someone is depressed, they want to confess negative things. You hear people say, I'm fed up of life, I don't want to do this anymore, nothing is meaningful. Basically, everything that comes out of their mouth is negative. They confess negativity. Some even go ahead to say, I wish I could get run over by a train, or I wish I could just die. I mean, everything that they wish for themselves is negative. Now, when you are in that state of depression, watch your confessions. Watch your confessions, because every time you speak, you are giving power to negativity to actually take over you. You have to fight through these emotions, these are negative feelings, by speaking right. Every time you feel like you are really down, speak something positive about you. When you want to say, I want to end this life of mine, speak something else that is going to lift you up. Yes, there is power in positive confessions. I know that it can be a battle. The mind is telling you you're hopeless. The mind is telling you you can't do anything. The mind is telling you you're rejected. Now, your work is to speak the opposite of what your mind is telling you. If your mind is telling you that you're rejected, I need you to actually utter out the statement, I am accepted. If your mind tells you that you are not loved, people don't care about you, begin to say, people care about me, people love me, people accept me, I am the best person in the entire world. Even when you've just got out of that phone call where maybe your spouse or your boyfriend or someone that really matters to you is telling you all these nasty things that are making you break down. Do not let your lips utter out negative things. Do not. It's very important for you to speak life. If you don't speak life into yourself, no one else is going to speak life to you. Even when people come in and begin to tell you all these things, because you haven't spoken them about you, you're not owning them, and they do not take effect. One of the things you need to know about the mind is that we give the mind what to do. You can program your mind. Sometimes when I am working out and I feel like I'm so exhausted, I can't go on, I tell myself I am enjoying this workout session. Even when I feel extremely exhausted, I tell myself this job, this contract or this proposal that I'm writing or this book that I'm writing is actually going to be the best book in the entire world. And at most of the times when I am doing that, I actually don't know what I'm writing. I don't even know if it makes sense. I don't even know if it's going to sell, but because it has already sunk, it's beginning to crop into my mind that this is negative. I begin to speak, and when I begin to speak, my mind begins to receive the signal. The signal of negativity begins to lower, and the signal of positivity begins to rise, because as I speak, my mind is receiving. Have you ever noticed that when someone when someone tells you something bad, maybe you're very ugly, or you're fake, or you don't deserve anything good, your mind receives it. and once your mind receives it, it transfers it to the very many parts of your body, and your emotions begin to pop out. You cry, or you feel sad, or you feel bitter. I mean, something like that. Now, the same happens when you speak something good. Just imagine you walk out feeling low and you meet a friend and they tell you look radiant, your hair is lovely. All that was making you feel sad sort of freezes and you light up because of that positive comment. Now, the same thing happens when you're depressed, because during that state of depression, you don't want, everything that you see in yourself is negative. Speak out the positivity. Actually speak it. The more you speak it, the more the mind begins to get it, and it becomes a battle between the negative thoughts and the positive words that you have spoken. And eventually, because you have persisted, the positive words begin to take effect, and you realize, after all, I'm not that bad. As much as he said I have a very bad personality, but I actually have a nice personality. It begins to take effect and you bounce back. Now, I know that when you are depressed or someone is going through a season of depression, they always want to do the things that they don't like. If you're someone who is outgoing, this time you become an indoor person. If you're someone who likes to talk too much, this time you talk less, or you don't talk at all. You actually avoid phone calls. You actually avoid hanging out with friends. You avoid the things that you love. But in order to get out of depression, you need to go out there. I know that all the energy in you is telling you stay. It's telling you just around you have lots of tissue because you have cried. You've cried yourself to, to the south or to the west. Your eyes are extremely red. Your hair is apart. You feel like you have no social life. You have not got it together. Actually, your mind keeps telling you your friends do not like you, your family does not like you, you don't matter. Now, because those voices kind of become a stronghold, they sort of build a certain wall. You find that it's easier, it's convenient for you to bottle yourself up in some corner or to lock yourself up in a room. But that is not going to help you, because it is just you and those negative thoughts controlling you. Now, you need to go out there, have a meal with a friend, or make that phone call, or pick up that phone call, or let the person know that you're at home so that they can visit you. Open that door so that you can actually have access to people, because for us as human beings, interaction is very key. The time when we had a lockdown, and I know some of you might be going through a lockdown right now, you sort of felt like I feel like you sort of felt like I am being bottled up. You're being bottled up. You don't have you don't have access to freshness, to that breath of life. Now, just imagine you're inside the house for maybe 3 days. It's a very good feeling when you step out and you actually see the sun and feel the sun. When you step out and you actually feel the fresh air, as opposed to the air conditioner or the fan that is in your house. There is something about getting out there. There is something about interactions with fellow humans, with people who love and care about you. I know that your mind is telling you that I think these people have heard every negative thing about me and they don't want to hear anything more. There's always that one person that is always willing to hear you over and over again. All you have to do is step out. Go and do the things that you like to do, even when your body does not feel like doing them. I mean, sometimes we wake up and go to work. Actually, most of the times we wake up extremely early and go to work even when you don't feel like it, because at the end of the day, if you don't work, you're not going to get that paycheck. So the same thing is what you are supposed to do to yourself when you're depressed. Get out there and do that thing that you like to do, even when you don't feel like doing it. And guess what? In the process of doing it, there is healing that is taking place. There is a new perspective that is forming in your mind. There is a freshness to everything that is happening around you. You actually feel like it's really not so bad. That darkness begins to crumble and light arises in you. You begin to see the good things in life because you have actually stepped out. When you hear laughter, it will begin to lighten you up. When you see maybe young children playing, there's an effect that it does to you. When you see an act of kindness, there's something that happens to you, and all that you had in your mind, in your room, in your house, begins to look like it's not a reality, and this is a reality. Your mind begins to yearn more for these experiences, and you find that you get better. There's something about you that gets better. I know sometimes when I am really confused and stuck, all I need to do is call up the right friend and talk to them. We meet and really talk. Sometimes we don't even have to talk about that thing that is bothering me. We could laugh about so many things, very many things, or even relive memories of back then. And trust me, by the time I'm walking back home, I feel like life is not so bad. I can actually do this because I have got a certain energy that I didn't have. So get out there and do the thing that you really like, even when you don't feel like doing it. You also need to go out there and do good things. Yes, when you feel like you're depressed, this is the time for you to go and do something nice. Do something nice to someone, or go and visit a friend with so many things. You go to the supermarket and shop as much as you can afford and take to that person, or make that phone call and tell someone that you care about them. They mean so much to you. Do something. Spread a good vibe, spread love, spread a generosity. If you know someone who is sick, this is the time for you to actually go and check on them. If you have a sibling who is in school, this is the time for you to drive there and check on them, find out how school is doing, if they need anything, or how you can help them. Just do something good to someone else. In the process of doing something good, you are actually getting yourself together. There is a lifting that is taking place in you because you are in motion. Depression sort of freezes you. Depression puts your life to a standstill. Now, when you're in motion, just imagine you're riding a bicycle or driving a car. You keep moving forward. Meaning that if you are at a state of so much negativity and you're moving forward, you're moving one step away from that negativity. Now, when you go and visit a friend and you get her all these nice things, just imagine the reaction on her face or his face, how you have done something so big and you have made them so happy. That bounces back to you. You feel fulfilled, you feel refreshed. You're like, okay, you mean as much as I feel like I don't value myself, someone else actually values me. So you go back thinking about all those nice things that they've said about you, of how you're so good, how you're so generous, how you are of value to them, and that versus the negative feelings begin to wrestle, and eventually that positive vibe takes over your depressed emotions, and trust me, life begins to kick back in a much better way. You need to know that you're in charge of your feelings. Yes, you can decide to get angry or not to get angry. I know it could be news to someone, or it seems impossible, but most of these things in life, you have to keep cultivating them, and eventually they become a part of you. You can decide, as much as you have said negative things about me, I will not take offense. I'm going to put that aside and think about other things. You are actually in charge. Look at a lady who is wearing high heels. Even when those heels are really not very comfortable, as long as she looks nice, she will walk like she's not feeling any pain. She'll walk like she's not comfortable. She is very comfortable because she is in charge. Even when the toes are really squeezed, she's going to feel like, no, you pain, we shall deal with you later. Right now, I need to look smart. I need to look radiant. And at the end of the day, she's extremely smart. She has achieved what she wanted to achieve. So that's the same thing with you. Always know that you're in charge of how you feel. You're in charge of your reactions. Yes, the world is going to throw so many things at you, but you can choose how to react. Yes, we will lose people. Yes, people will come in and go out. They will hurt us. but we can choose how to react to them, because there is so much to be grateful for in life. And that takes me to the last point. You have to be grateful. You have to be grateful. When you're in a state of depression, you've sort of frozen. You don't appreciate the car you have. You don't appreciate the food that you can access. You don't appreciate the good friends that you have. You don't appreciate the job that you have and how everything is working out in your life. You only see the negativity in your life. Just because the relationship has ended, you feel like your life has ended. But remember, you just graduated. Remember, you just got that car that you were looking forward to for the past 5 years. Remember, you just got that dream house, or you got a child. The marriage may not be working, but you have a child that is always smiling at you and yearning for your love and affection. Why don't you start counting the blessings that you have? Write them, name them one by one. Even if you are to look back as far as your mind can stretch, recount all those good things that have happened to you, the good friends that you have met. And as you keep recounting and being grateful for all the things that you have, that incident that is causing you to get depressed will begin to look smaller. Remember, whatever you magnify actually takes control of you. If you magnify the fact that you're a bad friend, that thought is going to take control of you, and it will affect your life eventually. But if you magnify the goodness in you, if you magnify the good things that are happening to you, every time that thought of negativity begins to knock in at your door, sort of the positive vibe, the things that you're grateful for, flash it out, because it has no room. So give more room. Actually, give all the room to good things that are happening to you. Be grateful. Be grateful for the family that cares about you. Even when one person doesn't care about you, there are others that care about you. Even when things that the job is not working out for you, there is hope that you can get another job. There is hope that something good is going to happen. And you know that you are a resource. So whether the job is there or not there, you can always make something out of yourself. Well, that's what I had for you today. In case you need more uplifting messages like this, send me a comment, subscribe, because there is more that I'm putting out there. Have a good day.